usual people, Hannah, Geneva, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
I have plenty to say about both of them.
The usual suspect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe
I'm
Mitch.
glad Geneva will be here. I love Geneva.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a Survivor queen. I see her in like everything.
Queen Geneva underlined 3 times in my notes. It's all there.
My favorite player so far, besides Mitch, of course.
Yep.
Love Mitch.
Oh, yeah. All right. We might start trickling in soon.
Oh, Luke, you wear the same sweatshirt and everything. Look at that.
I'm wearing what?
That was the sweatshirt you were wearing in the episode, too.
Oh, was I really?
Yeah.
Attention to detail on this man.
I like that.
Sweatshirt. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
That was on purpose. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. So, live show after episode 4. We have some great people to talk about it. Once again, we have Ethan from Survivor U on. Joining us for the first time and not the last, we have Andrew, host of Survivor UVA, and the king himself, Carson, from Survivor Northwestern, playing in season 1. Yes, you are a king, Carson. Don't sell yourself short.
Oh, thank you, Luke.
Put on your
Of course. So we have a jam-packed episode for y'all. Let's just get straight into it. So we start off the episode with Derek. Derek was not seen in the previous episode because he had a lot of content in this beginning. So we see kind of this dual kind of vlog with Derek and then Hannah. With Derek kind of walking us through Hannah, I'm blanking. Hannah taking her on an idol find trip, Derek finding a fake, and then realizing it's not a fake. What was your guys' whole thing watching that? And his just talking out that, what is Hannah doing?
I still don't know what Hannah's doing.
Somebody finally caught her. Honestly, somebody finally caught Hannah. And it feels good.
Hannah caught herself. She locked herself into problems.
Yeah, no shade on Derek, but when Derek is the person that catches you, you're doing something wrong.
No, I honestly, I want to give some props to Derek because that sequence, his car vlogs, he's very much showing his perceptive nature. The fact that he was able to, no shade to Hannah, but it is a little obvious when you're like, yo, let's go idol hunting, and you just happen to find the idol, right? But he even says my roommate played, he had an idol and it was a tiki idol, and this was not a tiki idol, and the idol that Erica found was a tiki idol. It's that's not something I would think of at all. Props to him, man, because he did some deducing there for real.
Oh yeah,
I'm buying stock in Derek after this episode. A lot of it. It's a bull market, and I want him. I thought his reads are really good, and I think we'll obviously get to it. Coming in towards a swap, I think he's actually going to be in a great position to integrate into whatever group he gets pushed into. If Zeleny wants to stick together, and that's the majority, he has that. He can easily integrate with some Maroon 9 people. I love the spot Derek has put himself in, and the observant nature that Andrew mentioned and he displayed. I'm a big fan.
Super impressive too, because he was the first snake, right?
Yes.
And he got caught. The fact that he's in a good spot right now is very impressive. You don't get a lot of second chances in Survivor, and he really made good use of any opportunity that he had. Hands down.
So let's quickly talk about Hannah. Let's talk again about Hannah. So Hannah, we did a vlog where she's like, I was focusing too much on my fake idol. If I was just there or checked before, I would have had the real idol. I'm so sad. So to cheer myself up, let me take Derek out and let me take him to the same spot Erica found her real idol. Do you think anything was going through Hannah's mind in realizing that if Derek were to just talk to anyone, there's no chance that Erica would have, why would there be 2 real idols at the same spot, basically?
I feel like Hannah's biggest issue is that she just got tunnel visioned. She said it herself that she wanted to be the queen, or I can't remember her exact wording, but it was the queen of idols, the queen of fake idols, that she would lie, cheat, and steal for idols, whatever it was. And when you have that intense tunnel vision going, I don't think you really think out your plans too much. And so watching it back, us, and seeing the edited portions were like, oh my God, like how could she possibly take Derek to the same spot where the actual idol was, where 5 people found the idol together? Like word's gonna spread around. It was like a big mistake on Hannah's part, and we see it, pay off through the rest of the episode where so many people are like, I don't trust Hannah. I don't trust Hannah. Even people in the other tribe are like, I don't trust Hannah. It just was not a good look for her doing the fake idol search.
I think her moment of clarity was what Luke started with, where she said, I was too focused on my fake idols. And she should have stopped herself there and been like, that's a note I should probably stick to. And she threw it away immediately and was like, let's go find more of them and probably plant more of them. She just had one moment where I was like, oh yes, please save yourself. And then she said, no, I could do worse. Watch me.
The thing about fake idols is when you just hide a bunch of them and a bunch of clues, you don't control who gets it. So it's very chaotic. And early in the game, if you're doing a good job, you don't want chaos. What if that fake idol falls into the hands of an ally of yours, and they want to use it desperately, and you're torn between telling them that they shouldn't use the idol because it'll expose that it's fake, and telling them that it's fake because it'll expose that you knew that. And then you have that breach of trust. It's fake idols. God, they're fun. They're so fun, but you got to be really careful about who finds it because it's going to blow up somebody's game if they get a fake idol and they use it wrong. You don't want to blow up just anybody's game. You need people.
Carson is totally right. And I'm going to plug myself real quick. If you want to watch Survivor Yukon Season 2, very early on, we have someone plant a fake idol, and their closest ally is the one who finds it, and they are like, fuck it, let's run with this. Not a smart move.
So let's talk about Hannah for a second. Hannah is probably one of the most iconic Survivor players in Survivor Syracuse history, and let alone in Survivor college history. Just the vlogs that she sends and the antics that she does in this season that you guys seen already is just unmatched, and it's something that I can never not forget. Another thing I can't forget is a 2-hour vlog segment, roughly 2 hours, 1.5, of the murder chart that we see briefly take place in this episode. If you guys check out on Sunday, I will post the entire thing. She goes over both tribes and does this little string kind of mapping it out and planning out her entire game when there's still 15, 16 people left. Yeah. So what do you guys think about just Hannah as a person, and as well as with the tribe swap coming up? Do you think her days might be numbered?
No. I'm going to double down on my take from when I was here on the premiere. I think Hannah had 2 positions she could finish in: 15th, which would have been this round, and if they didn't win the challenge, I thought she was totally screwed, or 6th, and I think that's where she's going to end up. I think people are going to be like, no one trusts Hannah anyways. Why would you just vote her out now? And then by the end, they're like, oh, fuck. When no one trusted Hannah, and then somehow she's still here making moves, we got to get rid of her. So I think she has a lot of game left, and I'm so excited because she is far and away, no offense to anyone else, the best and my favorite character in this game. Light years out there.
Show some love to Geneva. Show some love to Geneva.
No, Geneva, Queen Geneva 3 times underlined, but Hannah, so far.
6th place is a harsh place to go out, and that is all that I'm going to say.
I don't know. I personally I think Hannah is a fantastic character. She's so fun to watch, but I think she's toast, man. I don't know. I don't know how you can plant hella fake idols, get found out by Derek, have almost half your tribe saying oh, she's untrustworthy, have the other tribe saying she's untrustworthy, and expect to make it far, especially because I don't know if it was hinted on the next time on Survivor, but I'm fairly confident the tribe swap's coming up next. I think the cast is fairly confident the tribe swap is coming up next. I think that's maybe why there was no snake after this challenge selected, was because there might be a tribe swap coming up. But I think she's going to be in a bad spot regardless. Whereas we're saying Derek has a lot of inroads with whatever group he wants to go into, I don't think Hannah has many inroads at this swap. I think she's toast, Ethan.
I think that's fair. I think she has almost no roads. But I think she can then just play like the hitchhiker card, and just leave a thumb out there and say, guys, I fucked myself already. Please help. And I think that's her play at this early swap stage, and hopefully it gets her to emerge and opens things up. But I totally get what you're saying. There's a 95% chance she just gets voted next, but I'm hoping for the 5.
In a tribe swap, it can go well for people. It can go poorly for people. If it goes poorly for her, I do think she's toast. But there's a very reasonable chance that she's in a majority alliance, of old tribe mates that is just enough, and she's safe because they still need her. And that's where I'm hedging my bet. I think that she lasts until the merge and is a post-merge edit, because in the tribe swap, she just gets a little lucky with people needing her and her being able to fill that gap. I hope that happens, because I do agree. If she's in a spot where she needs to make something happen or make something new, it'll be tough.
So moving forward in the episode, we'll have more to talk about that. But moving forward in the episode, we go back to the cast and we see Geneva straight off of a blindside of Nassan. She accepts the snake advantage. But the twist is with this snake advantage is that she has to leave for the challenge, which personally helped better with the numbers for the challenge. That was huge. But she left for the challenge, and she had 24 hours to find an idol if both tribes' idols were already found. What did you guys think of this advantage, and do you think Geneva made the smart move in taking it?
Sick advantage. I really like it. A 24-hour idol, I think, is a lot of fun. And especially for one person to have the opportunity to search. Like, I would be out there for the full 24 hours until I find this idol, right? Like, I'm not, even if it might not exist, because there's the possibility that there's still one of the 2 tribal idols out there, but I'm searching the full 24 hours in the snow of New York in Syracuse. I'm not getting any sleep that night. Geneva was very smart, and I think she said she found it with like 15 minutes to spare on the time, which is just bonkers to me. But absolutely, great twist, and yeah, I'm glad she ran with it, honestly.
Yeah, to clarify that point before Carson, you go, to clarify, she did find it with like 10 minutes left, and I was around. I knew she was there because I saw her sitting on her Dunkin', so I was around the corner getting ready to pick it up. I think it was like 5 o'clock. If the time hit 5 o'clock, I would have picked it up. But she luckily walked away with it. So, Carson.
I was just going to say that the twists this season have been super fun in general. Great addition. I haven't had the opportunity to speak on it, but the Snakes and Secrets twist, so fun, so unique, and really causing some great drama, which is all you want in a twist. You want people to be able to use it in a couple of different ways, and you want it to stir up some trouble. She made the right call. She absolutely made the right call. It's paying off for her, and I'm rooting for her, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was a grad student, so she did not. I remember texting. She texted me. She did not know this campus whatsoever. So she hasn't even been to that side of campus, I'm pretty sure. So
that's one thing that I've noticed in our Survivor seasons is in the fall when we have freshmen come in and they're just like, I don't fucking know what this means when they get a clue. And it's funny. And Geneva, being a grad student, I'm imagining it's her first or second semester there. Yeah, that would happen. So props to her for scouring everywhere. I thought this twist was the coolest so far of all the Snakes and Secrets stuff, which I've loved all of them. Big fan of these, and I'm hyped that she found an idol because I love Geneva and I think she's going to do great things with it and great things with this game. So that was really cool, and I think she absolutely made the right one. I think if you survive as the snake, you absolutely go and take that thing. You're not leaving it to anyone else. So yeah, 100% the right thing, and really glad it worked for her.
Yeah, so far everyone has pretty much taken the advantage. So we'll see if that continues on because there will be more snake stuff. This is not the last time you'll see that. That said, moving on to the challenge, we have a puzzle battle challenge that I actually got from my cousin's middle school friend who was a big Survivor fan. Shout out to Chris in New Jersey. But that said, he wanted to see some emoji puzzles in the episode. So a big shout out to him. But it worked out perfectly. It was a great challenge. Basically, it got won by the word puzzles. As you saw, Austin killed that, and I'll talk about that later. But what did you guys think about the emoji puzzles and kind of just the word puzzles in general? Yeah.
I love puzzle challenges. I do word puzzles for fun. When they throw them in challenges, that's my favorite thing in the world. So that was really cool, and it was a classic Survivor scoring situation where really only the last thing mattered. And no, that's not like shade. We would have done the exact same thing at Syracuse. At UConn, they do the same thing on the CBS show. But props to Zeleny and props to Austin clearly for powering through that, because Austin saved Hannah's game by winning that challenge.
Grabbing the cup was so fun. Like,
Yeah.
like the only thing better than like a puzzle challenge, in my opinion, is a puzzle challenge with that like family feud moment, you know, where it's like the first person to reach the buzzer, because it just makes it more tense. Because if you're doing a puzzle and you don't know how the other person is doing, or they're doing it kind of near you and you're just focusing on yourself and you're moving as fast as you can, it's fun, but it doesn't build the same tension as when you're sitting next to them and the cup is within reach and you got to grab it. The challenges this season have been great. Acapella challenge, my favorite by far.
Yeah, they're like so creative. Honestly, Cuse has done a very creative job with their challenges. I also love I personally love like head-to-head style challenges, and like when people get thrusted into like a hero role. And I believe it was Jack maybe on the Maroon 9 tribe. Was it Jack who did the word puzzle twice and messed up?
Yeah.
Both? Yeah.
I thought it was Andrew. I could be wrong.
But
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whichever one it was, I just thought it was really like when you put yourself out there, you know, 2 times even and mess it up for because I mean, Maroon 9 lost it on the word puzzles. Like they killed it on the emoji part for the most part. But yeah, great challenge. And it was funny seeing Jack fuck up the word portion of it. Always love seeing that happen. But it didn't matter to him in the long run. So.
And I think it was Addie's post-challenge confessional, right? Hilarious.
Oh, Addie's post-challenge confessional was the funniest thing. I was
So
filming
funny.
that. It was hilarious.
Maybe I'm just a dumb bitch. I'm like, quote of the season. All of it.
If I do remember correctly, it was like during rush period, and like rush in Syracuse is hectic already as it's like in the blizzard of the snow. So she was having a rough week already. And having that win and just seeing her elation and saying, we crushed those motherfuckers, like just it was great. It was great. A point I do want to put out there is Austin. Now the edit doesn't really do it justice, but I made him the puzzle wizard on purpose because he solved these. Like usually I give out hints, like because it takes so long. Usually I'm like the first letter of the first word is A or something. Austin finished both of these puzzles in like 3 minutes. It was that quick. That being said, do you think performance in one of these challenges can mean something towards them that need like a tribe swap or something if someone really performs this well in the challenge? For instance, like Mike last challenge, Austin this challenge.
I don't think so in a swap setting, but I think it's going to put people like it puts you on someone's radar come a merge. In a swap, you want those people on your tribe because you're hopefully. I think we're swapping it to 3 tribes of 5, which is going to be madness. And you definitely want to be winning challenges when it's 3 tribes of 5. You don't want to be going to that small of a tribal council. So Austin's a rock star and everyone wants him on their tribe right now. But at come a merge, Mike, who killed it in the last challenge, and Austin, who killed it in this one, yeah, it could make you a target down the road. But for now, I think it only helps their standing.
But people don't forget that kind of stuff. You know, people will remember who won the challenges and if they won them by a lot. And you never know when that can creep up. You know, it could be final 6. and you could be better at challenges than somebody else, and they could be voted out for that reason, and the other person could have no idea. And that's not subtweet at all.
Not a subtweet at all, Carson. Well, I think also like the pre-merge perceptions play a big role. Like it's hard to shake a pre-merge perception, right? And I also think that like going into it, like swaps are kind of like poisonous to your thoughts, right? Like you're like at the point, like you know the merge is like the next step basically. And so like you don't want to lose your challenges, but if you do lose, you're like, oh well, you know, Jack or Mike did a really good job in the last couple of challenges. Maybe we think about getting rid of him now so we don't even have to think about it at the merge, which is obviously like, you know, not great in the long or in the short run either, because you might lose more challenges if you vote out your challenge beast brother, friend, whatever. I don't know. I think that the perception could stay with Austin that he's the, you know, puzzle beast. And then they're like, well, how about we just get rid of him now rather than deal with him at the merge? I don't know. Pre-merge perceptions, I think, are everything. And I think a lot of these people have a lot of ideas about the rest of their cast.
True. I do want to pose a question to you guys. Basically, we see in this, on the flip side to Austin, we see Jack totally not do well in any of these challenges. He says it in his post-confessional. He's like, I sucked at both these challenges. Hopefully I don't go home because I probably should. But if they keep me around, I'm going to win this game. He still manages to like keep his alliance and everyone's still with him. What do you guys think about Jack and his role so far in this game?
I wrote down that quote from Jack where he said, if they let me go any further, I'll win. I don't think he's right. Sorry, Jack. I think, yes, he somehow is in a great spot with his alliance, but I don't think it's his doing. I think he has his three boys, himself included, him, Andrew, Eli, but I don't even really think he has Abby and Summer. Abby and Summer have him. Like, I think Abby and Summer, as far as the Maroon 9 group right there, they're the ones calling every shot and pointing every finger. So maybe Jack, like, snaps out of that and he's like, hey, what? But I don't love Jack's spot. I think he's genuinely, like, a passenger right now. So we'll see if he can make something out of that.
I kind of disagree with that. I think later in the episode we talk about, because Jack is the one that shows Geneva those texts, right, from Mitch. Yeah. So he's clearly capable of making decisions and moves on his own. I think he's laying low on purpose.
Yeah, I actually I have a lot of stock in Jack as well. I personally think that I don't know, he's my winner pick, so I gotta have some stock in him. But yeah, like he obviously has a certain degree of social capital, like Carson was saying, for him to be able to go to Geneva and be like, hey, check out these sus texts from Mitch. Whereas the scene right before, we see Geneva say like, oh yeah, like Mitch is with us, and we hear Abby go, yeah, Mitch is one of the girls, right? Like Mitch was ingrained with them, and then all of a sudden they're like, wait, let's actually like split the vote between Mitch because he's, you know, we can throw him away, right? We don't need him. Something I kind of wanted to ask Luke, I'm sure you have insight, or if Geneva or Hannah are still here, they want to provide insight. Why were like Summer and Abby so quick to ditch Geneva and Daisy? Because it seems like just an episode or two ago, Summer was the one saying, I don't want to like work with the boys, I want to work with the girls. And now the last two votes, it seems like Summer and Abby are totally not wanting to work with Geneva and well, obviously Daisy, but they don't want to work with them long term. So I'm wondering, like, can you give some insight, or is that like to be revealed?
I mean, I could like, it's hard to say really. I wish Summer and Abby were in the chat, but I think it was just an easier method for them that they saw. I think with this episode, they thought they rather kept Geneva around than Daisy and Mitch because they were closer to Geneva, and they felt like they could like not use Geneva, but like keep Geneva with them. And they didn't really see them working with Mitch and Daisy as much. And I think they realized that if they were to side with those other three, that they would be the two on the bottom in that sense.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be my insight there, but I don't know. We'll see. But basically, moving forward, so we see Zeleny on top of the world. Hannah's like, this is falling into my master plan. We are tribe swapping next week. I can't wait. Meg's like, this is perfect because now someone's coming back into the game, so we might be even more high on numbers because of Derek's thing, which also speaks a lot into Derek's game that he has this advantage where a season 1 player is coming back to the game, and if him and the season 1 returnee get to the merge, they both get, well, Derek gets a double idol. So I guess what's your guys' thoughts on now, if there is a tribe swap next week, which there is, once there's a tribe swap next week, Zeleny is now finds themselves on more numbers. Do you think that's evident? Do you think the person returning will just fall into place with Derek?
They should. Sorry, that might be a little plain, but they absolutely should try and work with Derek. Even if they get to the merge and Derek gets this double idol and doesn't want to use it for the person, at least you then know where it is and know what's going on with it. Like, you want that information and that ability. And if he does play it with you, for you, 2 thumbs up. That's even better because you earned yourself immunity and an ally off of that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really like his only option. Like, returning to the game, you have one avenue where you have any form of a connection. You take it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Someone returning to the game, I know that there's potential for bad blood. If you're coming into the game later and other people have, like, I've had to work for several weeks to still be here and you're just coming in. Why should we work with you when we could just be at the same number of people we were at last week before you were here? You know, like, why? It's on him to make those relationships fast. And when you have a connection, you take it.
So do we know which of the 3 judges are the returning player? Like,
Not yet, no.
we don't know that yet. So they might not even know about Derek's advantage themselves, right? So, I mean, I don't know, obviously, but perhaps whoever is returning that might come in, they might not know that Derek even has this advantage, that he has this potential double idol situation. So they might not even see Derek as the person that they want to align, right? Maybe they were sussed out by Derek at that first challenge, right? Maybe they were like, hey, this is not someone I vibe with. I vibe with the people of Maroon 9, or I vibe with Hannah. I don't vibe with Derek. So, like, it's possible that they don't even consider the option of working with Derek. That being said, they would be stupid not to if Derek's like, yo, we both make the merge. I get this double idol. Like, we're set, right? Like, let's be boys. If they don't consider that, they're stupid. Or I don't want to say they're stupid, but they'd be foolish, right? So we'll see.
Sure.
It'll be exciting.
They're not stupid. It would be stupid.
It would be stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick interjection. Maroon 9, hilarious tribe name.
Oh, Carson!
I knew Carson would like it.
So funny.
Had to have been hating.
Got Carson written all over it.
I've lost years of my life agonizing over the fact they named themselves Maroon 9.
So funny.
And then lose people.
Yeah, after the song, I saw it in the edit. I was like, Maroon 8 question mark, and they're like, no, it's Maroon 9 still.
But that's the thing. Like, if you lose somebody, do you change the group chat name? Or, like, when you make the new group chat, do you call it Maroon 8 or do you leave it like, I don't know. That's the problem. But so funny. So funny.
I just hope all of their, like, intertribal alliances, like, I hope Summer and Abby, they call themselves Maroon 2, and that, like, them plus Mitch and the rest, that's Maroon 5. Like, I hope all variations of Maroon.
I think you're right. And there should be like 4 different Maroon 5s within that group as well.
Did y'all expect me to like the name? Did you, like, talked about me liking the name before or something?
I just feel like your personality, that fits right with you, man. That's
Yeah, I'd name a tribe Maroon 9.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
So should have been the Green Ducks. They missed out. They missed out on an opportunity.
Green Ducks.
Yep.
And Green Dust Part 2? Oh, even better.
Little known fact, actually, Luke doesn't allow the Syracuse players to name their tribes anymore after this season. So just keep that in mind. He hated Maroon.
I like Maroon 9 day one. I'm not going to lie. So I'll say that.
Day one.
Anyways, so we have to jump ahead a bit because we have a special guest that is skipping her reality show for this. For
Wow.
us, so basically, just to preface it before I let her in, we go to tribal council. We'll talk about it after she leaves, but we go to tribal council. The plan is Mitch. Daisy plays her idol. Mitch goes home. The fact that we know that Nassan's presence, R.I.P. Nassan, is still in this game with the fake idol. Daisy plays it. It's a fake. Everyone is shocked, and then she still goes home after the revote. So we'll get her insight on that. Daisy, welcome in.
Hey y'all.
Oh, devastated.
Oh my gosh. Can you all hear me?
Mhm.
Okay. Hey. Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Daisy,
I am.
I heard y'all trashing the Maroon 9 name. Not cool. That was a great name.
I love that name.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
No, he does. He genuinely.
Okay, I'll take it. Because that was a good name. It's a tribute. So when somebody gets out, it's a tribute. It's like we remembered everybody else.
Yeah, well, this is the first time we're meeting, but I love that name.
Thank you.
Daisy, I was such a diehard fan of the Vlog Squad. I was so involved with that. You were. I wanted you to win this whole thing. I'm.
No, me too. Me too. Didn't we all want to see me win? We were all rooting for me. But clearly it didn't work out that way. But it's okay.
Having Nassan and Daisy go back to back, and Daisy going out because of Nassan was just a big.
Nassan deserved better. He really did deserve better. He deserves so much better. I feel like I wish I would have gone instead of Nassan in some ways. He's such an OG. Like,
well, when he played an idol, it would have worked.
True. Yeah. I know. I wrote down Nassan didn't deserve this. Mitch didn't deserve this. Daisy didn't deserve this.
So, Daisy, a question for you: did any part of you? A part of you in tribal, I remember you saying you almost didn't play it, but did any part of you think it was a fake?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Like I wanted to. Part of me wonders why it was so hard because I knew where the clue led. Like to me it was pretty obvious, and I went there initially, but then I get Nassan did it first. Is ultimately what it came down to, I think, and so. Part of me, I mean, I felt like part of me might have known it was fake. It's always a possibility, but I wanted to think it was real. I really thought it would have. The game would have turned out so different if it wasn't fake. So,
I don't know. I guess another question is the plan for the vote was Mitch because Mitch was being suspicious. Mitch told the guys about your idol, apparently.
Yeah.
That said, it tied, and then in the revote, all of that alliance except for Geneva still voted for you. Do you have any insight about why it was still you?
Why people voted me out?
Instead of Mitch, yeah, in the revote.
No, I honestly don't. Even like looking back, I don't really. Even now, I really don't. I don't know enough about it. I wish I did, but I think ultimately it's strategy. They thought they could go further with having Mitch somewhere on their alliance, and I think it was more of a strategy play than having me around. I think I was a more social player in the scheme of things, so. To them, I think it was an easy vote out.
We can't ignore the fact that Mitch is just built different.
You know what's hard is he and I cooked dinner before, and I was like, how could he do that to our stew? We made stew. How does you break the stew bond?
The Maisie Alliance, I hashtagged it.
It was so good.
I fan-flipped you so hard during that vlog, and then next week later, you guys attack each other, and it's just
We made Brussels sprouts. We made stew. How could you?
I love Brussels sprouts.
You know, it's real if people are like roasting vegetables. Like that's not just like throwing.
You roast vegetables with anyone. You don't vote roast.
No. You
anyone.
can throw together a microwave meal with anybody, but y'all took the time to make it.
Exactly.
I agree. When you were saying that, I was thinking to myself, I made pasta with plenty of people that I didn't trust, but I only roasted vegetables with the ones that
The bond of a roasted vegetable is like no other.
No, I guess another question would be so we see Mitch as being sus. He's kind of wants to flip to the other side, work with the guys. He tells the guys about the idol. Was there any part of you that still wanted to work, Mitch? Because you and Geneva quickly were just like, okay, let's formalize. Like, you still knew that the guys were voting for you. So was there any like part of you was like, okay, let me just try to rally Mitch and Geneva back to our side and see if we can do something? Or you just wanted to get Mitch out because you thought you had the real idol and just play that?
I think I honestly convinced myself the idol was real, but like Mitch was he's a pretty trustful person by nature, I think. So I think I should have probably tried to get Mitch on my side a little more and then tried to get like, I don't know, here's an example, like Eli or Andrew out and done it that way. But I think because I was kind of sus about the girl, like Summer and Abby. So I feel like I felt like something was in the works, but I mean, yeah, I guess I could. I feel like there's so many different things you can play out when looking back how things could have gone. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I don't think about it too much because what's happened has happened.
Way easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly. Like way easier to say I should have done this or I should have done that, but in the moment you don't really think about it like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a question. Luke, can I jump in here real quick?
Oh yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
So Daisy, at Tribal Council, like Luke somewhat directly, but like at Tribal, no one thinks about it being direct, asks you like, yo, like, are we expecting to see some idols played, some advantages? And you're dancing around the subject. You're like, nah, I don't know. Like, how could they come out? And Jack like rolls his eyes. He's like, obviously, you have to expect it. So were you aware that like literally everyone on your tribe thought you had an idol, or did you think it was still concealed amongst like your group of girls plus Mitch?
Oh, I honestly think they all knew because I think oh my gosh, I think it was Jack or something that texted me or something the night before that was like, he was like, I know we have something about like, I don't know if this is right or if I'm remembering correctly, but it's something about like, hey, do you have the idol? No, I can't remember. I think that's what I'm remembering. I could be really wrong about that. I'm not really sure anymore, but I'm pretty sure I was pretty certain everybody knew, but I think I also wanted to play it like, but I didn't know that. I wanted them to think that I didn't know that I knew or something. I didn't phrase that right, but I don't know. Kind of want to just go with it.
Right. Play it cool a little bit, right? Play it cool.
Yeah. It clearly didn't work, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing that hurt from a personal standpoint, the production crew as well as myself. When you and Hassan both left the game, that just took away such a big cool and chill presence from the game. And like, it was honestly a robbed queen, Daisy. Deserved better. You were I remember you were so excited for the idol, and I was just like biting my teeth.
That's brutal. And one thing, I know you went to Geneva and told her about your idol. Was that the first person you went to, if I'm remembering right? I think it was. But anyways, don't tell anyone you have an idol ever.
Yeah, no kidding. I really should have been like,
Survivor pro tip to everyone. Nope, never had never found. Not me. Didn't find it. Couldn't be me. No one. You don't have an idol.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're like me, you probably suss it out and vote the guy off anyway, even if they have an idol. So
you kind of get a hunch eventually, but I think it is a hidden immunity idol is its most powerful when it's hidden, especially early.
Oh yeah.
It's a huge bartering chip as you get late game when you have like 8, 7, 6 people left. You're just like, hey, look at this. Like, this is a ticket to another round where you could have been screwed otherwise. But early stage, no one needs to know that you have it. So unfortunately, I think that was a big piece in what sunk your ship is people were just like, Daisy has it, and we know Daisy has it, even though it ended up being fake and didn't matter. But
by people knowing, they were like, I get what you're saying. People thought it was a threat in a way.
Perception is reality in this game. So if people think you have it, you have it. Don't let anyone ever think you have it.
Well, thank you, Daisy, again.
Yeah, it's been real.
It has really been. We'll miss the Vlog Squad vlogs for sure.
I know. It was a good. It was a good. It was my one chance at vlogging, and
Hey, you never know. You never know. There might be more chances.
If we
Who
get back
knows?
into it, I'll watch.
something could happen. I know. Thank you all. See y'all.
All right. Thank you, Daisy.
Everyone. Bye.
Good to meet you, Daisy.
Oh, Geneva was there when she found it. Okay, that's kind of stop searching for idols together, people.
Searching for idols together is such a
I'll
strong
go over it out there.
Why are you guys going in packs?
This past idol crazy. Literally everybody's searching for idols constantly and planting fake idols. It is insane.
If there were 6, 7 idols on my campus, I'd look all the time.
In the snow too. Like, who has that time? Like, come on. But anyways,
Packs. It's your hidden immunity idol. I don't want it to be everyone's.
Also, like, what's up with like? So Andrew runs into Summer and Abby, and they're just like, "Yeah, let's go search." Like,
yes. So I'll preface this because this is actually my next point. So we see Geneva talk to Summer and Abby, and they're kind of like, okay, this is why it happened. Let's work together. Geneva's still kind of sus. So what Geneva does is to try to gain some trust. She gives the 2 idol clues of Zeleni's and Maroon 9's idols because she already found the 24-hour one. She never told them about the 24-hour one. She gives them to Summer and Abby to form trust. And now Summer and Abby's running around trying to find this. Andrew just happens to walk on by, and then Jack comes through. So what do you think that move is by Geneva? What do you make of it? And like, what did you think of that scene where Andrew's like, is this what you want, Luke? They're literally they're in the middle of the snow, just like searching for nothing.
Great move. Absolutely great move. Oh, Andrew, you go.
I just have to boost Geneva. She's very smart. Like, I mean, she found, if she hadn't found the 24-hour idol, then I'm guessing maybe she doesn't share the clues. I don't know, but just a very smart thing to do, like to gain some trust from people that you know have already betrayed you once. Like, if you can give them a reason to want to keep you around longer, it's just a smart move. Yeah, she did a great job with that. It was very impressive.
They knew she got something, you know. She had to give them something, because if she didn't, then they'd be like, well, what'd you get? So if you have to give them something that you know is damn useless.
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
Right. And I think because the best part of that, everyone already assumed that Daisy had the Maroon 9 idol. So sending those clues is just throwaway information. Sending the Zeleny clues is brilliant because you don't know what happened on that other tribe. So now they look and they have this information that Zeleny doesn't know they have. They're like, oh, we know Zeleny's idol's been found. All of Maroon 9 has that. That's a great piece of information to hold. And then Geneva's over here like, yeah, I already knew all of that, and I have another idol. So she's the smartest person in the room that she's in, and she made other people think they were smart, even though she's a step ahead. So that was excellent use of her information that she had. This was she was the star of this episode, honestly. Like what she managed to accomplish with that snake twist was huge.
Big facts. So moving forward, we now see the king himself, Mitch Vargas. So Mitch is kind of down in the dumps after Nassan goes home. We kind of don't see much of Mitch because he's busy all week, which wasn't seen in the edit, but he was downright busy all week. He had a lot of mock trials and stuff to do because he's also a brain as well as a body. Shout out to Mitch. But anyways, we see Mitch, this funny content where he's texting Jack. This is all like off the rip, like legit. He texts Jack, hey, Jack doesn't know who's texting at all. So like they go on like a 2-hour spill. I remember Mitch texted me like, am I like, can I just like, you know, just play with him a little bit? I'm like, okay, just don't play with him too much. And then Jack somehow turns this into, oh, Mitch is acting sus. Mitch wants me to meet here and shows Geneva, and now Geneva doesn't trust Mitch. What do you make of this situation? Because we all 4 of us know Mitch is kind of like lighthearted guy. He did not mean anything of this. He just wanted to poke fun at Jack. And then Jack just turns it around, and it kind of screws Mitch in the long run.
I think right here you've put together like a Mitch fan club out of the 4 of us, one of the biggest in the world. So Like I said, Mitch didn't deserve that because he totally was just sort of like playing around. He wasn't trying to like stir stuff or do anything crazy. And it turned into that, which is unfortunate. I love the kid, and I wish it wasn't biting him because I don't know that he has a lot of moves left in this game now. He's not really going to be able to hide anymore or coast. So I worry that Mitch's days are numbered, but I don't know. I still every second he's on the screen I enjoy.
Yeah, Ethan said it perfectly when he said that this is the Mitch fan club. The four of us played with Mitch in a game this summer. I was the only one who had the pleasure of being on his tribe, although we never talked to one another, not once. But he still leaves an impression. And I too think his days might be numbered. I don't see a lot of paths for him, but what a classic Mitch move. What a classic Mitch move.
I wasn't on Mitch's tribe. Didn't really talk to him. I still voted him out because of a twist in that game.
That's right.
Unanimous 7-0 vote because Mitch didn't come to tribal counts. So.
Can you blame us? Can you blame us for voting him out when you didn't go to tribal?
But
it's fine. If Mitch wasn't voted out, I probably would have been voted out right where Mitch was. So Mitch was my bargaining chip to be like, hey, I know this guy. Keep me around because I know this guy. I have stories.
I know it wasn't this episode, but the sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Prime.
Even at tribal council, I remember this. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was in the edit, but I was like, Mitch, can you trust these people when you were obviously on the other side and Rashad? And he was like, yeah, no, I don't trust these people at all.
He's great. I felt sad watching tribal council, honestly, because he looked so nervous. Like his leg is so jumpy. I'm like, oh, like I don't want to see my boy Mitch get voted out. Like not here, not like this. He looks so sad. But no, I echo what Ethan and Carson say. Man's in a tough spot because at not the Daisy tribal council, but the tribal council before, obviously he loses a close ally and has most of Maroon 9 lie to him about the vote. And then this past tribal council, he has the only other two people that voted with him the round before vote against him, right? So, you know, he might get scooped up. I think he could probably get scooped up by maybe like Jack or Andrew. I'm not really sure where Eli is and all this stuff. I feel like Jack and Andrew are kind of bigger players at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I think Mitch really needs the tribe swap to kind of reinvigorate him.
Mm-hmm. By the way, John Smith is Mitch. I don't know why his YouTube name is John Smith. In excellent Mitch fashion, he just texted me, he's like, my name is John Smith. So
my phone to that.
Wow. That is Mitch. So moving forward,
and Dunk. That's his new name.
Andrew, you bring up a good point. So in the end, Mitch does vote for Daisy. So we said I was going to put this vlog in the edit, but it didn't make it because it was kind of jumpy. But basically, Jack gave Mitch a ride to Tribal and was like, Mitch, if you just vote for Daisy, you won't go home. So Mitch voted for Daisy, effectively tied it, and that's how it happened. So do you think Jack, Andrew, Eli, that kind of crew sees Mitch as kind of this malleable thing, like, oh, he'll just vote with us. He could be an extra guy number. Do you think that could be a possible road he might expose or work?
I think it's possible, but at the same time, something we saw right before Tribal Council was Daisy's rationale for wanting to go for Mitch. And she says, sorry, you've been talking to too many people. You've been doing too much. And that's not the Mitch that I personally know. I feel like Mitch is very low key and he's very calm and quiet. So he might have already like a negative perception with these people as being like overly like gaming like a little too hard. That being said, I think Jack is a very I got confused because I see John Smith. I think Jack is a fairly perceptive and smart guy, and I think Jack recognizes that Mitch doesn't have too many avenues to choose from and could just swoop him right up. Because I think Jack kind of controls the Eli, Andrew, Jack trio that may or may not be powerful. So yeah, I think it's definitely possible Mitch gets swooped up into that boys group.
Yep, and he had an opportunity to prove that he was going to do what they told him to, and he did. We'll see how they take it. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, voting for her really did save him that week. So there is potentially some trust built there because it was the truth. He said he was going to vote for her. They said that voting for her would save him, and both of those occurred. So there's potential.
Yeah, I think there's definitely potential. But just from my bird's eye view, I think it's more likely that that the group of three guys wants to work more so with Abby and Summer, just because they've had more working relationships rather than strong arming each other like they did with Mitch there. So I hope Mitch finds himself a role in this game, but I feel like just with how people are viewing it, he might seem expendable. And I don't know if as you get towards a merge, expendable votes are what you need, or you need people who are going to help you foster new connections and bring things to the table. And I just don't know what social capital he adds to their group.
Sure. All right. So we see Daisy, and we talked about Daisy. So now I want to pose a question with Tribe Swap. So just to recap everything, on Maroon 9, we kind of see the Maroon 5, they like to call themselves, which is Eli, Andrew, Jack, Summer, and Abby. And then Mitch kind of there, and Geneva on the outs, who are kind of with Summer and Abby a little bit. And then you see on Zeleny, you have the solid 6 or solid 5, snaky 5, or what, I don't know what they're called, which was Mike, Austin, Erica, Hannah, and Meg, with Derek and Addie on the outs. But you also see Derek, Mike, Erica, all sus on Hannah. So with the tribe swap happening, who do you think could pair up from the two sides if that does happen? Or who do you think is pretty much going to be, like, who do you think could be in a very hot seat coming into a tribe swap?
I think it's going to be very variable. I think we know that someone's joining the game, so we're going to be back at 15. I do think it's going to be a swap to 3 tribes of 5, which means you might have another swap down the road before the merge. So there's a lot of things that go into this. If it's a 3-2 split from OG numbers, that's something you probably just want to hold on to. If it's 4-1, maybe there's more flexibility. If it's 3-2 and like the third really doesn't like the other two, then you could flip. There's so many different ways. I don't know who can end up with who or how any of it's going to shake up. That's why I'm so excited. But I feel like I said, I think Derek's in a great spot to forge connections and have a lot of moves. And I think Hannah needed a swap. So I think from that end, there's good things. And then for the Maroon group going into a swap, I think it benefits Geneva. I don't know. She's smart enough to make something out of anything. And I don't know how much it super helps anyone else. I think their hierarchy is how it is already. Other than that,
I mean, in a season where one tribe has won immunity so much more, a swap can be really scary. And also, when you're swapping onto tribes of 5, which is what we're supposing, slim margins are what are keeping you alive. And you need every single connection that you can possibly have, which is part of why I said earlier that Hannah, while in trouble if down in a swap, will be okay if up in a swap. And I think it's more likely than not that she's up in a swap, and that's why she's okay to merge, where she gets a brutal blindside like pretty soon after. I agree that Geneva could use a swap. Mitch has the ability to, like, people just fall in love with him. So potentially good in a swap. You know, you want to look for people that don't have a bad rap on the other side. You know, people that don't have a bad rap on the other side that maybe aren't feeling super secure. Because if they're not feeling super secure, they might be the one flipping. And if they might be the one flipping, they might be the one making the decision. So people like Eli, people like Jack are in trouble in a swap scenario because they're secure right now. And everyone kind of knows that. But then again, maybe they just swap with their buddies. It's impossible to tell.
That's interesting. I personally think that I don't want to turn this into the Hannah Dolan show, but I feel like she might put herself in the tough position if it's into 3 tribes of 5. We saw with the very first vote, I feel like she kind of put the wheels in motion to get Aaron out. And she even was like, this is a big blindside. This is such a big pre-merge move. Aaron's in the comments. Love you, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
But like, I don't know. I feel like Hannah could maybe be her own undoing. Like, does Hannah still hate Meg? Like, what if Hannah swaps into a Zalone? I don't remember their tribe name.
Zamboni.
Yeah, she to a majority tribe, but with Meg, and she's like, now's my time to get Meg out. That's some sus shit. She ends up getting taken out. I don't know. I feel like this whole group, all the players remaining, are somewhat fluid, and they all kind of want to make bigger moves than are maybe necessary. And so I'm not sure we'll see. I don't want to say that anyone will guaranteed be in a good spot come the swap, because I think everybody would be willing to put their closest ally into a bad spot. So
fair enough. All right. With that said, I do want to pose a question to you guys. A little sneak peek that I have planned for Tuesday. But what I will say is that this tribe swap isn't like any normal tribe swap we've seen before. So I would like the 3 of you back here again next Thursday to get your insights on what happens next week, because it is a juicy one. It is a juicy one. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Aaron can come as well if she's still down.
Yes.
But with that said, I want to, Ethan, your original winner's pick was Daisy. As we know, Daisy doesn't have one. So I guess I wanted to gauge your guys' winner's pick from here.
Okay. Like I said, I'm buying stock in Derek. I don't think he's gonna win. I like Abby and Summer's positions. I think they've been the most dominant forces in this pre-merge, pre-swap setting. But and as much as I like them and think they're both going to go far, I think they're going to be forced into being as tight a duo as we see in this game, and one only goes as far as the other. Once one's gone, the other's in trouble. So with that in mind, I guess I'm gonna pick Geneva. I just think she's the smartest person in this game. I'm afraid that that's gonna catch up to her, but I think she'll be able to figure out a way out of anything. So I'm gonna go with Geneva at this point. I hope I don't have to make another winner pick again in another live show.
You're gonna be cursing on me, Ethan.
I
know. For me, I'd love to see Geneva win. Generally, someone who wins has a better foundation on their, pre-merge tribe, their pre-swap tribe. They have options later. I don't know if she's going to have options later, but I'd love to see it. Someone who I do think is going to have options, someone who's not going to be the first person voted out when people come for them, is Eli. I have a good vibe on Eli. I think he's getting a good amount of screen time. I think that he's smart enough to distance when he needs to, and he's kind of my out of left field winner pick.
I got Jack and Summer. Those are my bets. Except I'm a little higher on Jack. I don't know. It's just first episode I watched, I was like, all right, Jack's gonna be my guy. That's the guy I'm picking. And I'm gonna roll with it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess I echo somewhat what Carson says. I think they're playing solid game. I'm echoing what he says for different people. I think they're playing solid games. I think they both have a decent amount of screen time, which is always something to kind of factor in there. I don't know. I feel high on Jack and Summer. Those are my picks.
I don't know why. I get what you guys are saying. I'm just so not buying into those three guys on the maroon tribe, and I don't know why. I just feel like they're gonna run into walls. Yeah.
I think Jack might. And I think Eli might sneak by. That's my guess.
We'll see. I see Aaron is also an Eli stan, so that might be hinting at her winner's pick. I forgot what her winner's pick was before, but I have it written down somewhere. But that said, I want to give you guys each the time to boost whatever you have going project-wise, or just your Instas, or just whatever. Yeah. Oh, wrong person. Oh, that's not. That is me. This is the fourth time I've been doing this. I still can't do it. There you go, Ethan.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I just came from a final tribal council for our second chance season at UConn. We had a great returnee season. That was a lot of fun. But more importantly, from Tuesday when Luke's dropping this sneak peek, we've also got a brand new episode coming out that is going to be absolutely insane. It is our merge. So if you haven't been watching, this is definitely the time to catch up because this merge takes off and runs the rest of the way. It is such a fun season. We have some amazing players, and if you want to catch it, find us Syrvivor UConn on YouTube, the Instagram survivor.uconn. Check us out there. We have a lot of great content. Facebook, you can find us. There's a Twitter, but I don't use Twitter, so I don't know it. But definitely another great college survivor. I'm going to say it's great because it's mine, but check it out. Love it. Thanks for having us, Luke.
Of course. Frick. How do I do it?
I believe in you.
There we go. All right, I will go now. I should have went first. I honestly should have went first. But basically, I just wanted to thank everyone who's watched this so far. Yes, there will be a tribe swap next week. That said, it's going to be very different to what you guys have seen before. So there will be a little teaser on Tuesday. In addition, on Sunday, I will be releasing the full 45 to an hour, or whatever it is. Hannah, you can clear me on that, of Hannah's murder board. Seeing her insight and her view on the game, seeing that full unedited, that'll be out there on Sunday. In addition, if any Syracuse peeps are watching this, the application for season 4, 5, and onward, we're kind of pulling them all together, is out live right now. So reach out at survivorsyracuse@gmail.com. For that, I'll be running until the end of November. So please, if you want to be a Hannah, or if you want to be a Geneva, or if you want to be a Nassan, please apply. A great time. And we're just getting bigger and better. So yeah. Exit solo layout. And now Carson. If I could, I'm so dumb.
All right. Well, a couple of things. First off, I'm repping Sunday tonight. Sunday. We do not have any seasons out right now. Survivor Northwestern. We are amidst filming season 2. It has been insane. So do me a favor, hit us on the socials. Survivor Northwestern on Facebook and at Survivor Northwestern on Instagram. Both seasons are banging. I'm in the first one, and it was a lot of fun. I don't want to spoil too much, but there was one tribal council where 5 people voted for each other in a circle. Yeah, crazy stuff, crazy strategy. The other thing that I wanted to say is I'm not against a little bit of a pre-gaming for those of you that know me well, and I'm playing in the sequester. So hit me up if you wanna if you wanna chat. Anybody watching? That's all that I've got. Follow Survivor Northwestern. We've got some stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, thank you, Carson. Trust me, if you guys do want to work with him, the FaceTimes with this man is something. It's amazing. It's othergodly. It's
Yeah.
plus, you want to see like
All 3 of these boys, gems all around.
oh yeah. Let's talk about beautiful faces. Here's Andrew.
Wow, thank you. All right, so yeah, Survivor at UVA right now is we're releasing episodes for our season 4, which is ironic because we only have another half season out on YouTube. But season 4 is coming out weekly, Wednesdays at 9. It's a fantastic season, very fun, lots of great content, lots of great characters, all around a great time. I'm so happy that I got to chit chat with these boys. They're awesome. I'll also go ahead and, since I saw her comments in the in the chat here, I'll say go ahead and check out Michigan too, and get a little bit of Erin in your systems because she's great, and the Michigan boys in general. It's a fantastic club over there. So honestly, everyone's living in the golden age of college Survivor. There's so much to check out. If you don't like one series, check out another one because there's so many great series going on right now. But yeah, Instagram Survivor UVA. That's all I got.
That is facts. All right. With that said, that's all from us. We will see these 3 great guys as well as Erin, our queen, next week, where things definitely shake up. It's a great episode. So I can't wait to have you guys back on for that. And yeah, we'll catch you guys then. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Luke. Thanks for everyone who watched, and College Survivor all the way, all of them.